What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ark Survival Evolved. Now, today I have actually done a little bit of pre-work behind it. We got some storage going up, the usual casual stone bin that has some other stuff in it, wood sample stuff, and the hide. Eventually, we will need to make a fiber cabinet, which I probably put like right here, and some other miscellaneous stuff, along with maybe some more refining forges so we have more stuff, and then probably have the smithy in the middle. I did just do some metal collection off of the rocks in the cave that have metal. We also did get our stego from last episode. If you guys missed that, you should go check it out real quick. I do die quite a lot, so it's kind of funny for that. And we also do have the Ankylo, which is going to be extremely helpful for us for getting metal in the future, especially on the outer edges, which there's a lot of metal. Now, one thing that I am not too sure about is why the quality of my house is completely horrible compared to what it was last season. I have taken a look at the settings and whatnot. I actually don't know how to get there anymore because they've changed up the actual look. So for crafting, or the engrams now that you can learn, it kind of sorts itself out in a way which is not exactly the goal of what I had in mind, but whatever. So we totally have the majority of what we need in terms of, we got back all of our engrams, which I thought was weird at first, like we didn't have any. And then I remembered that they probably did an update, and I looked at it, and it was pretty okay, in my opinion. Not too bad, not too great, but something. So we look at the options and stuff. We have everything on high and stuff. Medium actually is for textures, not high or epic. I wonder if that's why. If we do that in apply, does it change up a bit? Or does it just stay the same? Doesn't seem to be changing that much. Maybe we should go for something a bit higher. Let's go for epic. Let's do maybe mesh of detail up a bit more. Apply that and save. Will that change it at all? Or is it going to stay like this until I like log out and log back in, I wonder. Now I do have light beams and stuff off again like usual for me. We do have the stuff we need to make the smithy, including the metal that we now have. Turn that off for now. We don't actually need to do too much in terms of it. So for crafting for the smithy, we do need 20 hide, which we have in total. We need a stack of wood. It's probably more than we need actually, and we need half a stack of stone. So now I have the smithy done. We can craft her up. Now I do want to make this mortar and pestle put down somewhere, but I'd prefer to have a table actually, which we haven't learned up yet. Now in terms of where to put it, I'm pretty much a fan of just putting it straight in the middle, as that kind of gives the good area of open space and doesn't have me have a giant space right between the wall and the stuff that I'm trying to do. Now smithy, it's pretty interesting. You have to do crafting and stuff for that, so we can make our metal tools now. We do need a couple metal ingots to do that. We're going to need to shift over some of our stuff, including hide, which we don't actually have a lot of. We need to be able to have enough hide in the future to get all that stuff done. So we'll actually put everything that we have in here so far in terms of items and put it inside the smithy so I can do some crafting. So for crafting melee, we can't do this yet. We need more hide, so we're gonna have to go down below and get more kills. Before that, we're gonna look at our dinosaurs, make sure they have all the food they need and stuff like that. Looks like he's pretty good in food, and this one's also pretty good in food. So we're just gonna go head on down. We do have plenty of food now, due to the fact that I made a fire and actually cooked some stuff up. So we're prepared for that. And now I just gotta do what we need to do. Our bow is completely consumed with just trank arrows, so doing a killing spree would not be the most opportune thing in the world, but I mean, we have enough spears to do it, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now it's just a question of getting to where we need to be to get those kills. This should be a straight down to the side that we can be on without having that much issue. Although I have seen that the stronger style dinosaurs spawn down here, which makes me a little bit hesitant to just run on flat down. We got Anklyos, we got good old Patchies and Pterodons and Diplos. I'm on the wrong side, aren't I? No? Wait, yes I am. This is the side that has Argentavises and stuff. Are you guys hearing music? Because I'm currently not actually hearing music. Maybe it's because my earbuds are down a bit much or something. Let's actually take the options check again for music. Apply and save. I hear the action. It's not that loud. There are raptors over there, so we do need to be careful. Don't want to lose all our stuff yet. Or really any time, but there'd be preferred times versus not preferred times. There's a rock on that rock, and usually that doesn't mean too much. And there's a T-Rex, as I predicted. We do need to kill these dodos, so we're going to beat them up a little bit. As long as we can not get completely murdered early on. That'd be a good thing. We got all the hide we need now, however, we're going to continue to push on to do more. There was a parasaur that was running away over here that we could probably spear to death. If we can catch him, of course. Now I do need to be careful, there is a, that's a Charmeleon, which is extremely dangerous actually. If you guys don't know, it does fire damage. Although he's not doing, he has been glitched a little bit for not doing any damage. See if we can aim this. Nope. Spears. And we got him. Finally. That took a little bit of time actually to get him down. But as you guys saw, this is a bit of the less safe area, in my opinion. Okay, we got him pretty much done. Let's get a little bit of stone and flint so we can repair our stuff. And head on back. I do hear the sound, so I don't know if it's just really quiet for me because of a different map, or if it's just, you know, it's weird. It's totally weird for me. I don't know. Let's see what's happening around here. It doesn't look like there's much in terms of negative bad guys on the loose or anything. We just have to be careful of the T-Rex we saw earlier. Now we are dehydrated again, as usual. But luckily, we are close enough to the water source that we won't have to worry too much, I think. It's gonna get back up the 2 hills, and we should be good to go. Let's also need to make sure we don't over-torpor ourselves. Although we are getting torpor really quick compared to what we'd usually do for... Well, it's not really quick, but it's not enjoyable. Because we need to get hydrated again. But the goal for today, guys, either catch a flying dinosaur or to get the spine, not Spino, but the Stego saddle ready to go. We are taking some health damage. Luckily, I boosted my health over other things with our level ups that we regained due to the update. Now, I did look in the inventory, and there actually was a new item for those of you who do the Pokemon Arc mod. I saw a Lucky Egg in there, which is basically, if you don't know, it's a Pokemon item. If you did Pokemon Go, you would know that the Lucky Egg increases experience by a number, which is 30 minutes or something like that for the actual app. Well, there's a similar one in this case, where actually you can make the Lucky Egg, and that increases all experience you get by 30%, by half or 30% for half an hour is what I believe it said. Gonna grab a quick drink. And we're back up. Although it's having a bit of an issue using our stamina correctly. But we did get all of our stuff from in here. I'm still not too sure why the graphics are all messed up, but whatever. I'm gonna not spend too much more time on that. We're gonna just enjoy ourselves here. So our good old Stegos just enjoy themselves, basically. Having a good time. First goal for today is getting the, what's it called? That was a bit loud. Which, you know, surprised since we don't have any music, but we're just gonna get the melee weapons and stuff done. We're gonna enjoy that, and then we're gonna focus on getting the rest of what we need done for the. I'm really blanking here. It's just blanking huge amounts compared to what I should be doing. Getting the Stego saddle and getting the main metal tools is what we're going for today. I don't know why it took so long for me to figure that out, but that's basically what we're doing. We could do more stuff. I don't know. We have the ability to do long neck rifle stuff. I'm getting tired on saddle pretty soon. Inventory. Pick this guy up. Put him in there in case we die and need more. However, we do have the required material to go really ham on the main metal in here. Although I don't know how much it gives in this when you don't have massive braking speed. Getting a pretty solid amount still. We have a pretty solid supply of metal in my belief. It's not exactly a rejuvenating source, but 108 metal is definitely more than enough to get us where we need to be for a little while. And when we need more, we'll just get the our Ankylo to do the job around our little area here. So with our metal, we're going to burn up a good amount of it to get the hatchet. No, the hatchet and maybe a pike. I'm thinking a pike would be good. And then for our little wood cabinet, which is over here. No, it's not the wood cabinet. Here's the wood cabinet. We're gonna put that in there. Don't need the stone and the flint in there. How much are we gonna... We're gonna have... If we wait for all of it to come up, we'll be good to go. If we don't, then we'll take it in strides, I guess. Pop that there. We're going to need a pen if we want to have free roaming dinos, and if we don't want to have free roaming dinos, then we don't have to worry about that, really. Of course, we also want to probably have a pen in case something does climb up here at any point in the near future. We can break off some of these rocks, get some flint and some stone. I feel like I hear stuff. I don't know. Oh well, no big problems here. Pretty good to go, I'd say. A Diplo would definitely be nice for getting things like what am I trying to remember exactly? It's the getting just flat out rock so we can make a stone house at some point in the near future. Meat we don't really need at the current moment because we're not taming meat eaters and we're not we don't have any to feed with a feeding trough at the current moment. We have 4 metal already cooked up for us, luckily, with all the time that we spent. We need a total of 8, I believe, to make the hatchet. And then the pike is going to need another 10. And a sickle is going to require a couple bit more than that. What else can we make? Firearms, we will have the metal. Or no, we won't have the metal for that. But we could also make the crossbow and just call it good there. Probably will end up making 2 crossbows due to the fact that crossbows are extremely helpful if you have one that's a regular arrow and one that's a trank arrow. But now is also probably a good time to check up on what we need to make our Stego saddle. So if we go here and go saddles, Stegos, we need hide, a good ton of it, fiber, and wood. Now fiber and wood, not a problem, we have that in storage right now. It's the hide that's the biggest issue. We should definitely have more than, yeah, we should have enough now to splice and replace. Weapons, melee, hatchet. We're going to replace that with this. And we're going to, we have clothes on us. Yeah, we have clothes on us, so we have some mild protection. Not enough to actually do too much, but enough to get us by at least. So I could play it a little risky and try jumping off a ledge where there's water, and that could work for us. But we also have to check to make sure that's safe for us as well. Now don't worry, I have done the parkour before, so eventually we will grab this little beacon or trophy. But not right now. Right now is the playing it a little fun, playing a little bit daring, playing to get the things we need to do done, so that the series can continue on forward pretty quickly. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by when I say jump, because we have looked at it before when we were going around the whole island. Should be right about here? No. A little bit farther. Here we go. This could be a little bit of a bad idea, but whatever. We live that, so that's pretty good so far. This is definitely a good fishing area, for my opinion, at least. It's a good fishing area. Do we need to be careful? Don't want to lose things we've just gotten, including the narco arrows. But one thing we do need to see is whether or not the beavers have been up to much. Can of course steal from them until we get flying pretty down. But I do believe this is a good place to do the little crazed jump. And we survived. That's a good sign. Now T-Rexes have roamed here before as well, just kind of crossing around. They do have a beaver dam ready for us to grab, should we have the time and the resources to get away. But for now, we're going to look at killing and collecting some very needed hide. Not exactly the kindest thing in the world. Usually I want to kill these guys, but they're pretty decent in hide. Where'd the compy go? Here you are. Compies, also fresh in hide apparently. So our spears are doing pretty good for us so far. They're holding up pretty well. It's probably a good idea not to use our spears on the dogs, but to use them on the compies, or maybe not even the compies, to be honest. Do enough damage right there. Let's take a quick rest break. Could tame out one of those guys. We did in the last season thing that I did. They don't do too much besides collect as far as I can tell, and they still have a saddle that I'm not too sure is available yet. What was that? Guess that was just me. Gonna break some dodos, collect some eggs, you know. Need the hide. How much do we have so far? Collect about 157. We need a good 200 is what I remember us seeing for hide for the stego. Because once we have the stego, we're able to really collect berries really well, and we're able to get all that stuff done. Or down here, it's probably a good idea for us to collect some wood while we're here. Just to improve on our ability to carry some stuff up with us while we're gone. Is that a Venonat in the small world I see? Sorry, little dodo, but you needed to die. That indeed does look like a Venonat. And that's a Charmander sitting next to a turtle. We're not gonna mess with that. What else do we see? More stegos, more those guys. Gonna grab some thatch. Thatch is something that is not in abundance for us compared to wood. I mean, wood and thatch are both tied together, but you know, they're not exactly friendly in us. Also gonna grab some stone while we're here. Without too much issue, hopefully. This will get us the level up pretty soon, I think. Now, if we go on back, we should have enough resources to go back and be fine for a little while. Along with the fact that we'll be able to collect berries in a more efficient way, and also being able to tame things faster by having those berries ready to go. Now, the big thing next is to get the flying dinosaurs started. By having a pterodon, we'll be able to cross over half the map faster, and we'll be able to eventually do some wyvern grabbing and going. But of course, it requires to have a lot of resources to do that, actually. Which, thinking about it, I should probably have a wyvern taming section, as that would benefit us greatly for just getting them through real quick. Now, one thing that I do have power over, since it's a single player instance on my computer, is that the hatching and the maturation rates have been increased greatly, so that way I can use dinosaurs almost right away compared to the other stuff like that. Boost our health. Now it looks like some of the trees have regrown, or maybe I'm just in the area that I'm not usually in. That seems to be the case. But you can now grab up on some water, grab up the food that we need, and we can craft our little stego saddle. Once again, guys, if you guys are enjoying this episode so far and you want to see more of this in the future, remember to leave a like down below. And also remember to subscribe if you're new. The more of you that show up to these things, the more I feel inclined to throw out really good content, to improve my content, and to make sure that you guys are enjoying what I throw out there. The more input you guys give me, the more I feel to get input from you guys. It's a big cycle, basically. And that's kind of what I'm trying to have happen. I don't need any of the berry stuff. Not our style of stuff at the current moment. We don't really need it compared to what we're going to get with the stego. And actually with the level up, we can get the table that we wanted for the mortar and pestle. I know it's a aesthetic thing, but I'm still for it. Table requires a chair, actually, which I forgot I didn't get. Table. Okay, now for the table, if I'm correct, it requires a little bit of metal. We're going to take a look real quick at the structures. Wood structures, foundation, not storage, it's going to be in furniture, wood. Need 12 metal, so 5, 10, 11, 12. Gonna craft that one up. Now we'll be able to have an aesthetically pleasing table to hold our mortar and pestle. I think, should we do it by the edge of there's not going to be too much space to do anything else really right here. And we replace this eventually with a chemistry bench when we get to that point in time. But now I can put our spoiled meat in there, along with our narco berries that we have in here. To get some of our own narcotics started up, besides using the ones that I used to have. Crafting, consumables, drugs, that is a thing that we now are able to do really well. I can pull off some of the narco berries on this guy. Increase the melee damage to increase the amount that they gather. Now stegos are really slow, so eventually I have to upgrade them to be quick moving gatherers. Drugs, narcotics, we can craft another 7, and we're going to sort stuff out, and, well actually wait, we should be doing, is making the saddle. We only need fiber, which we have in here, and now I can make this, craft 1. Now in terms of anything else really, I'm not too sure what else we could possibly need at the current moment. Fridges, preserving bin would be nice, but we don't really have that much in terms of, resources, or, you know. We're just gonna store stuff in here for now. Stone goes in here. Hide. And fiber. Meat we really don't need. I still keep putting it in our inventory even though I don't need it. It's just funny to me. We do need health. 200 is what I usually go for, maybe 300 at most. We do have the stego saddle ready to go, so we can now hop on. And as you can see, extremely slow. Not exactly the most friendly of movers. But gets the job done. As you can see, we got a free 100 narco berries right there. Another number that I couldn't really tell. Basically, it's a really good dinosaur to have for places like this, especially when there's really not that many hostiles in the area, or any hostiles that really show up. We'll have some move speed so that way we can collect a bit faster. One of the benefits of them not getting rid of move speed on this is that I can actually collect things really quickly now, or continue to collect things quickly versus having to wait 6 years to actually get the job done. We got a pretty good 30-minute episode, I'd say, out so far. Unless you guys want to see any more, I'm not too sure what else we could possibly do. We may start the tanning process for a flyer. Our stay was level 74, pretty solid level. There's a red beacon over there, but we can't really get to red beacons or do anything with red beacons at the moment, so we're gonna have to ignore it. We could look at making a, what's it called, a feeding trough, as those are extremely beneficial to our dinosaurs and helps to keep them all alive while I'm ignoring them. Let's take a look at what we need. If I remember correctly, we require metal, feeding trough. It's gonna be wood, storage, feeding trough. We need 8 metal, fiber, thatch, and wood. So 8 metal, fiber, thatch, and wood. We have all of that stuff in there. I just need to get these narco berries in here, where they can do some small number of work. We have 12 already. We're gonna have plenty more narco berries than we're gonna need for a little while. Fiber, wood, thatch. We need more wood actually, which is surprising. I thought we would have enough by now. But the woods have kind of spawned back in this area, so we can reduce them a little bit. Just enough to get what we need done, and then we'll leave them alone. And there's the music. I actually didn't notice if it came back or not, but it's a good amount now, to me at least. I don't know about you guys. I'll have to check in my music settings. Or not my settings, but you know, in the video how it sounds. So for the feeding trough, I think we're gonna put it right about, I don't know. I want to be next to the house, but I also want to be able to expand the house accordingly. So if we do, say, what's a foundation? I'd say this is a foundation, here's a foundation, here's another foundation. So I'll pop this like right here, which will encompass basically the whole area for him. And then we'll pop in all of the berries. Doesn't have any berries on him, what the heck? I could have sworn I left some berries on him. This way they're getting fed, and they can do what they need to do without me having to worry about them. Wood, pop that back in there, light the fire. We're gonna go grab a little bit more metal to just have our thing doing it while we're gone, doing other things. But I think we're gonna call that the episode. So that's exactly 30 minutes, not too long for you guys, not too much time on my terms for an episode. Not too much happened besides showing off the new system for engrams that they kind of installed while I was gone. The Stego saddle getting done, and it's showing off what predators we have in the area. As I said before, guys, remember to do all the normal YouTube things, you know, like, subscribe, comment, or don't. It's up to you guys, I guess, in the long run. I know that I'm a bit more conservative in terms of all of those 3 things, but hopefully you guys can do what you guys feel like you want to do. I'd certainly appreciate it if you guys did it for me. And you know what, we're going to collect some silica pearls while we're here, because that's what we don't really need, but we could definitely grab up for later. Definitely is a solid spot for silica pearls if you guys do play this map. You guys probably know how great a access point this little area is. And you know what, to finish the episode, I think we're going to go for the trophy, the beacon. Now there is a trick to doing this besides doing it what I'm doing right now, the little parkour jump. There's a little ledge right there that you can actually jump onto this block right here from. And then from here, you just kind of, well, you don't do that, first off, but, you know, I'm going to show you that little jump that I did fail at. We actually ran out of stamina, which I don't think I guess I didn't fail the jump because I ran out of stamina. But still. Was not expected. Huh. So we're going to do the easy way, because this requires paying attention to stamina and whatnot, and that's not what I'm feeling like doing. Now, I could do a fishing episode here eventually, but fishing is not exactly the top priority for me, so we're going to ignore it for now. As I said, little jump. Little jump. Jump, man, jump. And then jump, and you have the Artifact of the Massive. But thank you guys for watching for a 16th million and a half time. I'll see you guys probably later with another episode of Ark Survival Evolved. See ya, thanks, and goodbye.